All right, we're live. We're back. We got U.S. Nats champ Ben Shoemaker, the real U.S. Nats champ Toofus. We're going to talk to them. We're going to spoil another Mega Man card. And we're going to talk about just Vegas in general using Ben. So, Ben, I believe it's welcome back to the show. I think I had you on earlier in this show's run, I believe.
Probably. It's been a while if it has been, though.
Well, we're almost 2 years old. It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
So, first off, congratulations on your big win.
Thank you. Thank you.
We look forward to seeing a tiny green crocodile asset later on.
That's coming. I don't know if I could spoil that, but it might happen.
That would be
I
neat.
believe he has a rank of Vice Admiral.
Yeah, no, not Vice Admiral. He's a full-blown Admiral.
Full-blown Admiral.
Right.
Sure he's not a rear
Oh, what?
Admiral?
We're going to have to bring more plushies
No.
to UFS. Oh no! Did we lose someone?
No, we didn't lose anyone.
It's
Okay.
just
I'm here.
a little bit for me.
My screen went black.
Yeah.
You only delayed a little bit, but, you know, that's the wonders of going live. All right, so, Ben, what was it like?
Which part? Because Vegas is just as crazy as you want it to be. I mean,
Okay,
any kind of trouble you want.
okay. Now I do have to ask, as Omar is a wonderful friend of ours. You're the one that told me the Omar story. Did you get drunk or did you get Omar drunk?
I just got drunk. I did not get Omar drunk. There was no. I did not black out and many other things. So,
No, but tell us about the event. Was it a good event? I mean, did they do a good job this year?
yeah, it was a fantastic event. We had like 70-something people show up, so it was a big crowd. There's a lot of new faces there, a lot of old hands too. People made the distance. We did 7 rounds of Swiss, and they had prize support for every round. It was quite good. So every round we got like a pack of promos or a deck box or just different things each round. It was very nice.
All right, you guys.
I'll let you go first, Jesse.
Well, I really. Are you happy to be able to play Hutso again? Because I heard he was like at one time your main man for UFS. So we got to play him and win a champ card with him.
I was super excited about that. As soon as I heard Hoytel was going to be in the Darkstalker set, I was already like locked into him. That was going to be my guy. And before I even saw what he did, so because I played the old four-hander promo one that everybody thought was absolute garbage, and I played the crap out of him, and he was a lot of fun. So I was like, I'm coming in with a Mexican robot. So it just turned out he happened to be really good.
Many burritos were handed out that day.
Accurate.
All right, Matt.
Question for your champ card, because it's just sticking in my head. Is it going to be named Ben Shoemaker or Shen Boomaker?
That is I feel like that's a trick question because I don't know the answer to it. But that is a good question. That's something I hadn't even considered until you just said that. Well,
or are you going to be in a Toofus costume with the little plushy U on your shoulder? These are ideas I've gotten from people.
I have an idea for the artwork already, and it's already in the works. So we're just gonna have to wait and see on that one. So
You're better than Rochester.
Yeah, we have 2 cards due from Kevin Broberg, and he's got the other alternate side. Everything's the card's designed. He needs artwork done, and he's just slow playing it.
Well, yeah.
So let me ask a technical thing. Do you have an idea of what your mechanic is going to be? Is it going to be kind of a follow-up to your original discard champ card, or are you going to go in a different direction?
It's definitely going to be in a different direction. they've been very adamant about basically not giving my character any support in the discard department. It's everybody's still a little scared of discard, which is it's okay, but like I said, I'm gonna go a different route. It might be every boy's dream and just go damage pump and card draw and just call it a day.
Why are they scared of discard? I have a very well put together discard deck, and it's not as bad as people make it out to be, is it?
But did you play back in the day?
That's the thing. Back in the early days, the first couple sets of discard just ran rampant, and just that was if you weren't playing discard, you just kind of lost. I mean, it was either hyper aggro that usually came up short and discard. So I don't know. I feel like my current character is very balanced, discard character wise. He just needs one more little piece to make him possibly over the top, and I think they're watching that very carefully.
Is it possibly due to Skullman's support? Because we've already previewed Skullman, and he looks like he already has a fair amount of discard already on him. Do you think that may be one of the reasons they're scared?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen all of Skullman's support, so I can't say one way or another on that one. But like, just from my opinion of just from actually playing my character, which I was actually on the fence. I almost played my character at Nationals. Very glad I didn't at this point, obviously. But I feel like he needs one more little bit of support to really push him over the top. I think I could consistently top 8 with him, but I don't think I could win a major with my character right now.
I'm hoping Wiley will give him some support off. You give you off support off of death.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of the Wiley cards, and let's just say that I might be the real Robot Master after that set. I don't know yet. We'll have to see.
Have you tried your character with Shell Kick from the Morgan tin?
Yes, that card, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Might be something I'm doing tomorrow.
That's definitely one of the best attacks in my lineup that you can make. So.
All right. What else do you guys got? Teams. How was teams for you?
Oh, teams is fantastic. I teamed with Phil Birch and Mark. I'll butcher his last name. Slam.
Yeah.
We all know
Mark Slam.
It's Slam.
Winskininski?
Winnisbezgoski or something. I don't know.
Now we're just doing it.
Yeah, we're best with. We had a ton of fun. It was like we had Leopold Bugs Bunny as the team mascot that day. So I don't know where Phil found that card, but you'll have to ask him about it. But it was the blast to play teams. We did well. We lost to Garrett's team that made in top 4 that obviously made the final table.
Mm-hmm. Were you surprised about Team Rochester coming out top for the event?
I mean, they had very strong decks. They had the Bomb Man is what threw me off out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you've got the obvious powerhouse in Huitzel, and then they play Phil Birch as well.
They
played Angels.
They had Angels.
Yeah, Angels, which is I like the good Dark Horse deck. And then you have La Bamba over there that nobody has any idea what that deck does. So
We'll be talking about them in a week or two.
Yeah, like that La Bamba deck was super cool to watch in action. I was really surprised. I actually didn't get to see it in action until I made top 4 in singles. That's the first time, so I was like, oh, that's what it does.
Yeah, when you watch a combo, it's like literally the combo deck of the format, and watching it like do its thing, you're just like, yeah, I just lost. Somebody has no clue what's going on.
Yeah,
it's similar to the Kim deck.
Yes, very much so. I feel like it punishes you a little bit more for not knowing what it does. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know what it does, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm gonna die, and this is bad.
Yeah.
Now we do have a question for you from Garrison. Garrison asks, how does Ben play so skillfully, yet remain so awesomely comedical?
You'd have to ask my opponents that one. I don't know. I play to have fun, and a lot of it comes from playing the same deck over and over and over. So you kind of take a little bit of the thinking out of it, and but then again, you play decks that require a lot of thinking, and you still have fun. That's just if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong, man. That's all I gotta say.
Now, I've had the pleasure of playing you in a late tournament that ran into the night. So my other honest response was beer and liquor.
That can help. That can help.
All right. What else do you guys got to ask our benevolent champion?
Did you get to try out Turbo?
Yes, I actually played in 2 turbo pods because I got my cheeks tanned quite a bit there. The first one I got into, I won my first round. I played again. I forget what I played against, but then I bumped into a Lilith, and speed pump is very, very important in that format right now.
It's definitely
So,
one of the things, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just like I was playing Donovan, so I had like 28 life, and people were consistently killing me on 3. I was like, okay. I mean, I don't know. It's a very fast format. It's fun. I like the speed to it, but it still needs a little bit of work with some more sets before I think it could be a really viable.
Like,
Do you think it was over pushed, like for the first, like seeing how like they gave out, 1,000 store credit for that side event at Nationals, or is that was a good way to get it going?
That's a great way to get it going. Offering an incentive is always a good way to get it going. I mean, something like that. Plus, I mean, you had 8 pods of 8, so you had 64 total people that could play. So it's not like they just limited the whole thing. And if you got punked out of one of the early pods, you get to play again.
True.
So I mean, which happened to me. I was like, oh, I lost. Is there another pod open? Yeah, sure. Let's go again. See what happens.
yeah, I never feel like the thing was designed for Mega Man to be out with it, but, well, it's not out yet, of course.
I can see that.
It'll definitely be more fun when we have over 180 cards.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
adding this set will almost double the card pool for Turbo.
Yep. Adding like I said, any kind of speed hate essentially to the format, it's going to make it a lot better because I mean we saw the finals was what, Sasquatch on Sasquatch.
Yep.
So I mean and right there, and I know I lost to like Lilith like all over the place because they were just speed. I couldn't do anything with the speed. So
Yeah, I think there was a card in the Morganton that could give -2 speed, and I think that's the only card in the entire format that reduces speed.
there's one other in the. It's an air card. That's the only reason I know it. It gives,
Oh, there's Forgotten.
That's it.
Right, yeah. Proto Mantan. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I
said
should know
potato
that
on it, photo.
we're going to build
All right.
it. All right.
Well, let's actually look at a card that's coming up that may actually help Ben's predicament.
A little bit.
Maybe.
It's an awesome card. If people saw our post earlier, maybe they figured out it has something to do with Airman.
Don't lie to them like that. It's obviously Storm Eagle. Dear God, I hope I have not started a Mega Man X thing.
No, let's not go there. All right, let's pull it up.
Okay, so this one's a little small, guys. Bear with us. It's only because this was originally a thumbnail that I had to blow up. So it's called Hatred of Autumn. As obviously we said, it has Airman. 2 for 5. It has air on it because if they don't put air on Airman, then they don't
They're
know what
doing
they're
something
doing.
wrong.
There's something horribly, horribly wrong. It is Air, Life, and Void, which is a very interesting combination of symbols.
I haven't seen those in a while.
It has enhanced commit. This attack gets +1 or -1 speed, or enhanced commit. seal one of your opponent's all death or earth foundations.
That card is very solid, and I bet it will show up in decks and or sideboards as formats progress. Like if we stay with this heavy all format, like that card's going to see a lot of play.
Yeah, it's a very similar to a card they printed before in Soul Calibur. One of
Siegfried's.
Yep, I'm trying to pull it up again.
That one was blanket completely. Wasn't that blanket? Was it blanket for a turn? That one.
Yeah, and Seal is similarly does the same thing.
Yeah.
Like it's more or less like it's. The other difference was it was like different symbols, and it gave attack +1 or -1 damage. This one does speed, probably because Airman will do something with speed because air, wind make things faster. Memories of a Nightmare. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That came out in the starter of the battle pack.
Yeah. No.
I like this
No,
card.
Memories of Nightmare was SoCal 4.
Yeah.
Hey.
I feel like this card's a good replacement for perfect accuracy. Like it's with rotation, this card will see play in, but probably both those decks, air and void. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a very solid card.
I'll definitely be putting it at least 2 on some decks and probably main 4 on other decks, depending how the meta turns out after this set drops.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of sets that'll be legal. Like, the fact that it can turn off Mourning the Lost for the turn will make it so it'll see play in many decks, because that will be like the top foundation after rotation happens.
I hate that card.
There is a standing. I went from loving that card to just getting it. Just got more and more painful as I stopped playing the symbols on it and playing other symbols, and I'm like, now I know why everybody hates this card.
I have the problem of every time I want to play it, those symbols. I'm like, 7-hand size character. This doesn't work.
Why? You can just cycle it. You just play it as a cycle foundation.
But you don't get the insane damage bump.
Oh no! I get a free foundation and draw a card. Oh no!
I know.
I mean,
I like maximizing value.
Don't have to do it on every card.
Yeah.
Now, guys, remember we do have free live commentary throughout the show, so if you want to ask any of us or ask Ben a question, please feel free to pop up and ask. So what else do we got for tonight?
We can talk about Crashman for a little bit. Did you pull that up?
I thought we were saving Crashman until next week.
Okay. I mean, people have already talked about it. It's Crashman. It's on our page if people want to look at it. We'll talk about it more next week.
All right.
So, how about I got actually a question for Ben. Obviously, a lot of people are doing like the U.S. Nationals. They're taking it as like it's the destination style event. What do you think about like how Bo Tucker's getting everything going for the New Orleans PTC? You head for that one as well because you're down in the South.
Yeah, I mean it is down in the South, but it is also like a 12-hour drive or whatnot, so it's not relatively close. But
really? I have sometimes I live in New York, so sometimes we have the same weird thing where like people say we live in New York, like they're like, oh, you live near the city. I'm like, no, we're like 6 hours from that. Like I don't have relatively sometimes with driving.
But no, I'll probably go to that one too, just because I like Bo. I guess he's kind of a cool guy. But
maybe
no, that PTC should be a lot of fun. Like I haven't been to New Orleans since I've grown up. And so that I'm intrigued to just like spend a couple days there too, and whether I'm playing cards or not, whether I'm win, lose, whatever, I get to go on vacation, which is always a bonus. So
yeah.
But it should be a pretty hype. I know if the 2 of the top 4 at Nationals were Texas players, so I'm pretty sure those guys could probably make it out to Louisiana because it's not very far for them. So you can probably look for some rough competition there, maybe a Gen Con tune-up, which is always what you want to do with those PTCs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought the Gen Con tune-up would be over in Atlanta.
I haven't. First I've heard of it was this week, and I was like, oh, sure, yeah, I can show up.
I'm going to try and get my guys down to you guys' PTC.
Might be something to go to this year.
I mean,
We'll see.
RPG
I mean,
last
we can
year-
puddle. We'll puddle jump. If we do, we can try puddle jumping it.
Mhm.
Like it's a very easy. Atlanta's surprisingly easy for us to fly into.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours or something for you guys out of New York.
Yeah, out of New York, and then like our airport. It's one of the few fly directs that we can get. Like that's cheap. Like Vegas from Rochester was like the cheapest flight we saw even 6 months ago was $350.
Oof.
Like almost 350 round trip, and then like I was like when I finally got the hey I could possibly go, the flight was 500. I'm like nope.
Yeah, it's not too good.
Right. Let's bring up the Mexican robot and take a look at him.
Yes.
Everyone's seen him 1,000 times, but he's got one or two special tricks I want to talk about.
The unstoppable burrito machine.
My first question is, was there any significance to your characters that you put for the Hitsu ability, or did you just like you took 6 characters?
Well, the K dashes I originally had the ultra rare K dashes in the deck, just because. Yeah. I was gonna do the whole like have the super toolbox for optionings, and then I was like, screw that, I'm lazy. I hate writing that all down for a deck list, so I went with characters with short names.
I like that. That's great.
I should have thought about that for giggles.
Yeah, I was like, I just don't feel like writing a ton out of this deck list, so.
How well did the 1X Cam Newton do? Well, excuse me, Maxima Laser.
So all weekend long, I played Cam Newton twice. I played it once in top 8 as my first attack against Andy, just to try to get him to burn Andy's ability, and then once in top 4 when I needed to check one higher to kill him. So I never actually killed anybody with it, but a lot of people saw me check it or discard it or something along that line, so that the threat was there. And I think that made people play a little bit different, like hold that one mid block just in case.
Now, why is it called Cam Newton?
Because he's doing a Cam Newton, baby.
I don't know what that is.
Football player. It's funny. He does that. That's his championship pose right there. Same thing, except he's not firing a laser out of his chest.
Is he firing a
Yes.
football out of his chest?
He ought to. That'd be great.
He's not firing it out yet.
Yes.
Um,
Drew
big
coined that
thing-
phrase last year, so we've always called it Cam Newton since
All right.
Drew got hype about it.
my big question was, it's in the sideboard. The chin attack
The
that
chin
I cannot
punch.
pronounce. Yeah.
Kaiten
Did
Teki Kotuso Ken.
Yeah.
Why that
That-
card?
Why that card? Number 1, it has a low block. Number 2, it's got breaker, even if it's breaker 1. And it's a +2 low block with a breaker on it, 3 difficulty attack that randomly gets damage pump off of face downs. It was the one thing I wish I had sideboarded. I'd actually had set off sideboarded for Michigan, but didn't put it in there because I was lazy. And I mean, the way this deck runs is you want those cheap attacks, and so this card did double duty for me. It could go either way. It was great on defense, but if I needed one more attack to go in with, it did the deal. So
Now, I gotta ask. We do know that there was a Caden there. This actually, you did actually sideboard this in the actual event, right?
yes,
Did that come into play at all? Did you get to play against the Caden?
yes, I played the Caden in top 4. Like he,
Okay.
Yeah,
So when he was blanking your stuff, did this actually play into that deck?
No, I actually, because I never played it as an attack. I played it mostly because I needed the extra low blocks against the Genocide Vulcans and Kneecappers. and the harnessing chaoses and
Okay.
whatnot, because I wanted it more for the block, but he saw it as the damage pump, and that's when he sided into Hoytzel was game 3. He actually took game 1 off me as Caden, which was scary.
When a Caden gets a win, something's not right.
No, it was funny
Especially
because-
that Caden.
Yeah, the reason he like I came up short on my kill turn with the Cam Newton that turn was he actually blew up one of my face down foundations. So it was literally one foundation more up. I killed him with Cam Newton, but he blew one up, and I was like,
Damn.
that's not okay. All right, that's what that guy does.
Caden did that.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about the chances of Hoyt still surviving the next week?
People are gonna jump all over him. I mean, teams saw him everywhere. His damage pump's really, really good, but it's really random, which I like. So 4 cards might be a bit much, but I think he loses a ton of power after rotation. But anything on those symbols, like post rotation, might be too much. It's going to be hard, but he probably won't make it. They're really good about banning everything that wins U.S. Nationals.
Now, the problem here is, and that this is something that got brought up, and we've never addressed it, is that Huitzel may actually fall under the Vespera thing, because he is technically a starter character.
He's just a 10 character from everything that I understand. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
the
so
point is that he's set, but I don't think that'll matter.
I don't think so either.
I would be very surprised if they. I'm gonna be surprised if they don't ban him or they do the wait until they ban him until rotation occurs and then they make a decision. Then they come back to it. Like the card pool currently makes him too good, but when certain cards leave, does this deck become a little more balanced?
But he's not leaving for another 4 months.
No, it's
That rotation's not happening for another 4 months.
Well, I know. I mean, that's why you ban him for 4 months, and then you're like, okay, let's review the card pool again. Is like, where's this deck? Where does he fall? Like,
That's
Like
what I would
this-
hope they would do.
yeah. If you look at my attack lineup for this deck, I lose everything except Genocide Vulcan and the
You get to keep Conquest.
yeah. Well, Conblast gets the reprint, which is really, really, really good. But honestly, harnessing chaos and kneecappers did so much work for me all weekend. That was my go-to card all weekend long. Just, I mean, hitting 4 damage on a kneecapper was just backbreaking for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm afraid, I want him definitely on the ban list because he's so good and he's destroying locals from what I've heard. But I'm just afraid that once he goes on, UFS has this long-standing tradition of once it goes on there, people just don't look at the card ever again. It never gets a chance to get unbanned.
we got the fruit the fruit fucker removed. Sorry. Hey, that's what the card's called technically.
Now,
He was on the ban list. They got him removed when they finally realized that the card wasn't irrelevant anymore.
pretty sure that was the only card.
There was another card that they banned it when it came out and they unbanned it later on. I can't remember. It's so long ago. It was during Sabretooth.
Yeah.
It was a card they banned then unbanned.
So anyone from Jasco Games that's watching who has decision-making process with Hoytzel, we're fine for him going away for 4 months, but put some thought into him once stuff rotates.
Yeah, people want to play him at Worlds.
I would love to see this
needs
guy
a
again.
Eagles needs a deck for Worlds. God damn it!
Hey, Darkstalkers is coming out.
He'll play.
Felicia?
He'll play
Felicia could be a 6-hand size, 20 vitality plank. He's probably going to play her.
You're right.
So if you're worried about facing diversity with the team's champion, don't play Felicia. And apparently, don't play Hoytzel.
Oh, Lord. What else
So-
we got, guys?
I got a question. How well did Toofus do during the weekend?
Oh, Toofus tore it up. Toofus won. I think I lost 4 die rolls out of about 16 with Toofus. He rolls my dice for me, so.
Yep. He also holds on. He also holds on to your mulligan hands. I see.
Yep. Keep him in there. Make
That
sure
was
he's
the
got some.
best. That was the best part of your match, watching it on YouTube.
He's like, and feed him.
Feed the croc.
All right, there goes my next question: crocodile or gator?
He's a
who we're
crocodile.
arguing.
Look at his eyes. It's like
I know.
crocodile.
People can't tell the difference in the first place, and so people kept harassing me.
Obviously a crocodile.
Let's see if we got any more questions.
Um.
All right. No, apparently the fans are demanding
Oh no.
Crash Man.
Oh, they want to discuss.
I brought him up and they said it.
God
Oh well,
dang it, Matt.
that's fine.
It's a.
We got to talk about him. We can
All right.
talk with Sean about something else.
No, we will talk to Sean about Crash Man. We'll talk about the creative process and whatnot.
Meaning he pretty much took Mitsurugi and made it better.
You're killing the conversation for next week, I swear to God.
No one will remember. Don't worry.
Of course, the downfall is we posted way too many pictures.
Yep.
Oh, wait, I can just go to the Poughkeepsie UFS. That's so much easier than trudging through our...
No, because I got all the pictures from them. It's going to be just as many pictures.
Apparently
Well,
released
anyways,
UFS hat, or not a UFS hat, a Fatal Fury hat.
I'm actually about to get one of those.
They gave that.
Those hats actually fit. They actually make hats from that company in my head size. So I'm like, oh, I might actually be buying a Fatal Fury hat.
I used to have that hat when they originally made it years ago, but it got gifted to a much bigger Terry fan.
What's his name?
Saunders.
Chris Saunders.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Miles.
No.
Oh.
I got it. I can't remember where I got it. I think I walked to a GameStop and I was friends with the manager.
It was
And-
GameStop. I actually remember that because I have the Fatal Fury hat. It was you got it for pre-ordering Maximum Impact 2.
All right.
All right.
So here's Crash Man. He's a 6. I should focus on you, and you should focus on it so we can see it. He's a 629 with Earth, Fire, and Water. First F, choose a block zone. Blocks with the chosen zone get +2 to their modifiers the rest of his turn. Really good. And E, 4+, if your attack is partially blocked, it gets +4 damage.
So right away, his first F is the mature action.
It's speed bonus to everything on a zone that's costless and doesn't get hit by speed reduction.
Yeah.
And again, this enhance. Wait, never mind. I'm reading something entirely wrong.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I like the enhance. Like the enhance is just it's a solid threat of trying to block this. It's like if you don't block this right, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, like it makes it so he's really good with lows. Your opponent can basically never half block. They always have to full block with this. So he can use,
You got Maximum Laser off of mid with +2 to their block modifier. So that already makes it 5 for 9 if they partial block.
Oh God.
That's so good. Like
I think he's high tech playing mids. You play mid, call mid, and like they're gonna run out of mid blocks, and then they're gonna partial block, and you're gonna get bonus damage, and then they're not gonna block anymore.
I know this plays exactly like the mature deck.
Yeah.
You just play straight mids.
well,
straight-
you can choose any zone. Like
Yeah, I mean he's not bad off any of them.
Yeah.
Like I think it's better with like play him off mids. You get a lot of decks are starting to show, peaceful. It just makes peaceful messenger stuff like that. Letting people use the half block consistently. It's like now those peaceful messengers are a 5 mid block, or the anti-throw card from Darkstalkers is a +4 mid. It just makes those cards a little harder to push for. Like you can play him off Earth right now for a while. Like he's gonna be fun.
I think until rotation happens, Fire is his best bet, because you get Chasm Buster, which is essentially, after you do everything, a 10 mid for 6, that if they partially block, they take 5.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you get that big blow Trinity Geyser combo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying. Not saying, just saying.
Oh, Trinity Geyser, I really want to start playing that attack more.
Yeah. We have 4. We got to start using it.
Such a neat attack.
I agree. It's one of those attacks that's just kind of like it's there. You always see somebody playing it, but you never see it like go into like full fruition and being like a top tier winning tournaments in running that card. But it's a good card and you build a deck around it. That's really the idea with it.
Jesse?
Yeah?
First, second, and fourth place in the California PTC were all running Trinity Geyser. just saying.
Look at this
I thought we were ignoring that meta. That's like it's so shallow.
It's California, yeah. I mean, no, there might be viewers from California.
I don't know. We looked at all those decks and it definitely looks like they're trying to force it, and there's nothing. There's some of those decks were really well designed and had some great ideas.
I really like the Terry.
Yeah, that Terry deck was fun.
I don't know. For me, just like looking at those things, like I want rotation to happen, so that way I have a reason to be innovative.
I
mean,
I actually, as realizing that's Ben, I got a question for you. Since you were in that big diversity push, like there was 5 Hutzels in the tournament, and coming down the last few rounds, wasn't there like most of them still at the top tables? Was it?
So I know, like I was in the top. I was actually like the second or third Hoitzel from like round 3 through 5. Like there was always at least 1 or 2 of them ahead of me until the last round, and then that's when they I think most guys dropped a game around 5 or 6, and that's when I went ahead. But yeah, it was definitely one of us was making it just on the back of like all 4 of us can't lose every round, right? I mean, so, but there was 3 of them. I know Bo Tucker ended up at like 4-3. Jeff aka Giggles, was 5-2.
Yep.
And then Brian Harris was 4-2-1. So, I mean, those 2 guys were in already, except that I just did better. I mean. And so
it did make quite a diverse top 16. Like that top 16 went to 21st or 22nd place, I think it went down to after diversity.
It was at least 21. But yeah, it made it so it was actually I actually enjoyed the giant diversity fight, to be honest, because it was just like you don't get to screw up, you don't get to sneak in with like an underdog character, kind of like I did at Worlds with Mishka, but it was literally I had to just beat everybody out playing that deck, so it made it stressful, but it was a fun stressful for me. So I enjoyed it. I like seeing the powerhouses represented in bulk too, because it shows that how good those decks are.
Like the same thing with the Phil Birches. Like it was Phil, Devin, Kevin, and I think it was one other. It was like at the end there, like they were battling out for that last their spot too.
Yeah, there was. I don't remember. I think there was 5 Birches in that tournament too.
Yep, there was 5 Birches. I know you guys were all at the top tables for most of the day. All of them were in the top tables. And then it was Kevin, Birch, and the guy who eventually got
made
in.
Devin.
Devin.
Devin. Okay.
Yeah. I actually I know that Devin was at the top tables early. Phil was in the top like 4, like almost all tournament. Uh, and Kevin was up there for like I don't know if he was in top 4 or 5, but he was on the top. He was in the top 8 tables for most of the day. So I mean, it was a knife fight up top for like both those characters, Hoytzel and Birch.
Now, what do you think about Birch leaving when they
Birch?
knew the state of the game?
I would love it if Birch would get gone. I am so sick of his character. Sorry, buddy.
I was going to say, the character or the player?
The character. I love Phil. I love Phil the player.
We love him.
But no, his character is done so well for so long that it's just like he was busted out of the gate. I think, my opinion. I don't think he should have been printed, especially the way he is. But he's just done so well for so long that, I mean, has the Birch not made a top cuts where he showed up?
I think he's always made top cuts.
That'd be an interesting factoid there. But
and he won UK Nationals 2 years in a row with completely different decks.
Yeah, and I mean, he's been in top cuts, and there was a lot of Birches in top cut teams, if I'm not mistaken.
Like almost as many as Whitestone.
There was 3. I think there was 3. There was 6 Hotzels and 3 Birches. For like the consistencies that time around. Still, it just like we were for a while. We've been like posting like our main conversation has been will Nationals prove that this card's bannable? And I'm like, and it's starting to really get to that point. Like, and even they're all doing like different things too. Like there's the evil build does its own thing. The all in good builds are pretty much build zings.
Yeah. You should look at Birch's list. His deck was not build zing. His was splam zing, which was so fun to see. So I mean,
that was an interesting take on. There was actually some cool little things his deck did that I was staring at. I'm working on a Donovan deck, and I'm like, why is he playing this and this? And I'm like putting it all together, and I'm like, oh, you blow up foundations with Young Mercenary and just control the board out. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. It's I mean, he played it like it's really good, and that just goes for a testament of the characters. You can make just about anything work with Birch. Any of his symbols, like he doesn't. Evil's arguably his weakest symbol, just because Evil's probably the weakest symbol right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he does everything well that you want on a character. So,
like, did you ever play Magic?
Yes.
Do you know the card Necropotence?
Yes. You mean Iori that got banned last year?
Yes, but like I feel Birch is similar to how Necropotence was when it first got printed. Not in like what it does, but in what they did with him being banned. Like Birch does really, really well. They banned Righteousness. Birch does really well again. They rid of him. He still keeps doing well. And people are talking, well, maybe we need to get rid of Zing or wait for Zing to rotate. And like what it was back in the day with Necropotence is every single combo deck that cropped up with it, they banned all the pieces around Necropotence. And then finally, like a few months to a year later, they removed all those cards off the ban list and then banned Necropotence.
Yeah, so I think we're probably in the very same scenario here, very close to it. Is you have this character that can abuse these certain cards. And well, much like Hoytzel, I'm not going to lie on this point, but you get it's just that abuse around his ability, and you're trying to band-aid it without taking away the character when character's problem.
Like he can pick up anything. You can make any card that is good. Recurring it over and over again is going to make it really
like
stupid,
he was playing the Phoenix Revival. You have 1x of it, and it's like it's a low block. I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's a low block with Breaker. That's why it's in there. And I'm like, see, you could play a package deck with it and just set up good hands.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, he blocks really well. He gets a selective block or a selective zing. I mean, right now,
Yeah.
like he gets zinged off two of his best symbols. So, and zing is really fair.
It's
It's fair in the guys who can't recur it easily.
Yes,
Like
yeah,
in decks that are like any deck that's like, oh, I get to zing 2 maybe 3 times in a match. He gets to zing that many
every
times in a
Six.
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit silly.
Mm.
I don't know. I would honestly, the card I want to see gone more than everything else in this stupid format is Mourning the Lost. I hate that card. I hate everything that card stands for and believes in. I just don't like it.
Are you sure you don't hate it because you play a character that mills like 12 cards a turn?
No, I hate it in like I hate it so much that I play it in some Ben Shoemaker builds. Like even because I think it's that good, even without the damage pump, and the damage pump is absolutely insane on that card.
Yeah. Like it's the cornerstone of how my Raiden deck like did so well at Worlds was I would just be like, all right, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna reversal you, and I'm gonna do plus 10 damage.
Yeah.
Just eat it.
Yeah, I mean
You know?
it does so much for practically no cost. Like a destroy on a foundation to do like +5 damage. Okay, that's really not much.
No.
So I think that card will be really good in Dr. Wily, who gets to just blow things up for looking at you funny.
Yeah.
So
I've got for when the extended event happens at Origins, I've got a pretty silly deck that I'm going to use with it to abuse it.
Oh,
Yeah.
extended. That's gonna be a fun event.
I just hate Mourning the Lost. Ban it. Ban it.
I think if it's still a problem after rotation, which it might be, but I guess I've never had too much of an issue with it because I not really lost to the card that much.
I'm not saying it's a lose to the card or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's arguably
It does.
the best damage pump, and it also draws you a card.
I guess my problem is, I guess my only problem is I don't think the card should have all, but I feel Death and Water need that card.
I could see that.
Like, I guess that's why I'm trying to defend it, because I want to recently, because especially since I finally have my Hyper Bombs, I want to get into playing Death decks, and Water has always been one of my favorite symbols. But yeah, I guess the fact that it has all on it is what definitely pushes it over the top, because it can abuse it the most with like making a killing and zing.
I just feel like it rewards you too much just for playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That
a
is
lot
true.
like some of the other cards that they've banned in the past, like Silent Step and whatnot in Legacy. It rewarded you for playing the game. Like there's no backside, there's no drawback to it. It doesn't have a block. Who cares? Play it. You might draw a block. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's got a 4-check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like at least Silent Step was a 3/3. Like it had some design plan of this card. You have to you go to a 3-check on this to get your extra card. I'm like, it's still not good enough. It's still too good, but like that foundation, like Morning Laws could have been a 1/3, and I would have still played it.
You would probably still see play in some decks. It wouldn't see as much play, but it would still see play.
I think it should have been a 2 or 3/4.
I think it should have never been printed. I mean, there's my opinion.
Just take off, take away the all symbol. It just doesn't get a third symbol.
They can still do things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
They have done those in the past.
Joe, you've been quiet for a while. You got anything?
No, you guys have been covering it pretty well.
Yeah. I'm the one who's not supposed to be really talking much, but I'm like, I'm so
Just like
loopy on whatever. I'm loopy on the meds they gave me for this tooth extraction.
Besides, I like Mourning of the Lost.
No, boo. Boo.
I don't know. When that card goes, I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of people mourning its loss.
Nah.
We'll see. It'll probably happen soon, knowing that
I'll dance on its grave for all I care.
Actually, what I've been doing is looking at Earth attacks. That would be fantastic in Crash Man. Big blow,
Step 1 Power Wave.
screw straight, tiger kick, bust a wolf.
You're on the wrong zone.
No,
he's on the
Those are
most
throws.
consistent.
Lows are throws.
I'm talking post rotation.
I'm talking throw it down, big blow, that bing bong.
Yeah,
Throw it down. I can't.
Throw it down. Not working.
I think I'm gonna be the first one. We have a set for our group, and I'm like, they kind of like, nobody really wants to play with them, and I'm like, yep, it's time to bust them out. Next turn,
Throw
the
it
next
down's
big turn.
insane.
Yeah,
Card's just stats, and it does great things like across the board. The card's really, really good.
but it's not, and it's not like breaking card. It's just a great card that does a lot.
Yeah, no, it's super value. Like it's all the card quality you want in the same card.
It would be a very awesome card if it ever became a availability issue for it to be like, hey, welcome to Origins. Here's your tournament entry. A promo of this.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
that
they
would
did.
be awesome.
They did for Nationals is we had the white bordered revokes, and if any of the Jasco staff is listening, I think it would be awesome to do white border exclusive cards for different events. I think it was really cool.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Like they did UK Nats had Divine Tribs because they just needed to get some Divine Tribs out into the market. Worlds had Templars. Like I would love to see like let's find a Chase Ultra Rare from Neomax, use different art and run it.
They can use the same art if they want. Like from what I've been told,
I don't know. I think they don't have the rights on it. They can't do an art with Harry.
What I've been told is they are allowed to print it. They are not allowed to make money with it.
Oh.
That's how they were able to print the Germinal Caprices.
Oh, okay.
and I
They're
don't
giving it away at an event.
understand how throw it down in Big Blow works because it doesn't have all for the.
No, you play it off Earth. You have an all character that's off of Earth.
I was talking Crash Man.
Oh. No, it doesn't work with Crash Man.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Good. Good. It doesn't work. I'm happy.
I mean, it is one of those things where, like, it's one of those cards where you got to actually go back to when they're, like, especially, I bet you in the design process, it's going to be one of those cards that, like, you got to make sure you're not making this card so much more better.
You know who has all in Earth that can use that card pretty effectively? Omar Chavez.
Omar Chavez.
Yeah, the every turn throw it down plan.
Oh, that's great.
That's there might be an Omar showing up in extended.
I'll just play Mr. Karate. I'm just gonna play Mr. Karate with all my and just whip your discard your hand to nothing every turn. That's my plan.
It's okay. I got actual anti-discard in that format.
It doesn't. I don't fear it.
Yeah, you have 38 health or something like that.
I have 38 health. I ate two at a Michigan PDC 2 years ago. I ate 2 Kaplows and still beat Birch. He's like, Kaplow you, and I'm like, okay, kill you.
Oh, Lord. No, like I said, when I was naming those cards, I was thinking post-rotation.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I mean, I still say lows.
we're supposed to rotate before Worlds, right?
June 1st.
Okay.
That is locked in stone, and supposedly that has been the locked-in release date for Darkstalkers because it's showing the Darkstalkers shipped with Mega Man Set 2.
Supposedly. We'll find out. Shane's gonna be doing. They're gonna be doing a state of the game. Hopefully tomorrow, if not, probably early next week.
That's
So
good.
nothing's 100% official that we're saying.
They're supposed to be, there's a state of the game that'll be within the next 2 weeks that will have a lot of the missing information that we're waiting on as players, and that's a good thing because.
And hopefully that state of the game will come with a full spoiler.
I would like that.
So that way their friends at Total Justice Gaming could waste an entire Saturday or Sunday afternoon talking.
Yeah.
I said go easy on that. We've already asked. We've been asked to,
Okay.
We're
not harassing.
We're not demanding.
Yeah.
Like,
we're just saying what the players want.
it's not like we would do our set review, release our set review too early.
Yeah.
Like, we just we want to get the cards out. We want to know what's going on, I think.
I just want more cards stuck in Innovate.
Yeah. I need to figure out if Raiden's got a game plan after rotation. It's not looking good if I lose too many. I lose my water deck immediately.
Just play Turbocharge.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
you don't lose too much off of Earth. You only lose 2 attacks.
Yeah, but
Losing Whiplash Buster is going to be the harshest thing ever.
Oh yeah, I absolutely do.
Oh, let's tell them what's coming up next week because we're running out of time soon.
Yes.
Next week we're going to have our teams winners: Sean O'Brien, Ryan Field, and Jeffrey Giggles Khan. We'll also be talking about
for months told people that we had an available teammate, and out of the niceness, Sean and Ryan took him on as a teammate, and look what happened.
Yep.
Just saying.
Everyone had their chance to be on cardboard. Didn't take Giggles with you. He's the lucky charm.
It really is.
But we'll also be talking about the Bomb Man deck that everyone was talking about at Nationals.
La Bamba. Can we just call it La Bamba? Because that's
We can call him La Bamba.
La Bamba.
All right.
I like that.
Now I have to find the music video of La Bamba. Great.
And then the week after that, we will be having AJ and Giggles on again to talk about Turbo.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's
That's gonna
experienced that. Had some ideas, maybe.
I mean, definitely only played the decks. I mean, you designed his deck. You built his deck for Turbo.
The best part was
once we saw a prize was up, we're like, oh, we actually have to build decks for. We actually have to build him a deck for this.
I think Giggles and I may have been the only ones that like seriously tested for that format, and that's why I won. Like we spent a good
we spent a week on it. Like it's such a small format. Like you came down to like here are 3 or 4 decks, and this one of them will be it.
Like the second I saw the prize, it was like, all right, let's click these 4 legal blocks on UFS Ultra. Stared at the format, made a spreadsheet of the entire set. I was like, all right, these are like the 5 best things you can do.
Yep.
But that's much
That's the only problem. The one deck we were like, this deck blows the format out, and Jeff didn't play it.
Yeah. Oilman had his one shot to be good.
The Slick Rick.
Yeah.
It was such a small card pool. You're just like, all right, you're playing that symbol. I'm gonna name this card. Good luck.
Yep.
It's probably your win condition.
Like you can blindly name things. I haven't seen any of their deck and probably have a decent shot.
Like it's like, oh, you're playing Lilith. I'm gonna name Mary Churd. Let's see you try to go off on that plan without that card.
All right, so we got Sean next week. We got AJ the following week.
Yep.
The show following that is the 5th. Hopefully,
We'll have some.
by that point, Mega Man will have dropped. We will have the physical cards. If we got to do by physical cards, by golly, we will have this set review.
Yep, it would be pretty neat to have Jeff come over, shred his boxes he's getting with his store credit, and just be like, let's thumb through these.
Now,
Put 'em
again,
on up.
guys, this is rough estimation. We do know for sure about Sean and AJ and Giggles.
Yep.
But we still do not have a confirmed release date for Mega Man, so like I said, the show on March 5th, we are hoping for a set review.
Yeah.
The rumor, I'm not sure, is that the only thing, like we've had issues with Jasco Games having slight screw-ups. They learned from it. Then U.S. Customs screwed us over. The actual printing company screwed us over. Now the only other thing that could screw up, the dock workers have gone on strike, supposedly.
I swear to God, Matt, if that happens, I will come to
No, that's the rumor of what actually happens.
Like that's what delayed shipment. Like,
So
hopefully it's
the
on a
hope
boat.
is-
That's all we're hoping. We're hoping there's a shipping container on a boat that's coming. It's very close to the West Coast. I would love to hear that good news.
like,
And
hopefully,
Shane will send us those lovely pictures of the warehouse area filled with sets with product ready to be shipped out. Great.
Okay, I think that's it for the week.
Ben,
Yeah.
thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you very much, Toofus.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
We got to get another plushie mascot for him to fight.
Let's have a plushie mascot.
Somebody had a Toofless one year. I forget. I think it was Brett Hillman. I think he had a Toofless one year. I don't remember.
We
I'm
have
not
a lot of plushie mascots.
sure. Yeah, there's a fair amount of them running around.
Heck, Total Justice has a plush mascot.
There you go.
We'll have that. We'll have that as a separate side event, one tournament.
the mascot
The
of it.
mascot side of it. Yeah, yeah. Just saying, Toofus will win. He's on more cardboard.
This is true.
Giggles is on no cardboard, and he took out and got a win.
I didn't play
That's
Giggles.
that's just luck, okay? We understand
They
that.
didn't have to fight Giggles.
We have a video. We have a video now proving Giggles is luck.
And we'll show that mathematic proof in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Giggles plus cards equals profit.
$1,000 profit, in fact.
Yes. All right, so we will see everybody next week. Again, Ben, thank you so much for coming on. It was great having you on.
Yep. Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy. And we will see everybody next Thursday. Don't forget to like the Facebook page. Do not forget to go and subscribe to the YouTube video. And one final thing, this is as a personal note from me. Jesse and Matt have absolutely killed it this last weekend. I am so thankful they are going to be my co-hosts for this. They did an absolute fantastic job keeping up with Nationals while I was sitting on my butt killing people in Cardfight Vanguard and posting pictures through my cell phone. But these two absolutely killed it. I can't thank you two enough.
I'd also like to thank Tim Keefe and Nathan Pruitt for sending me a bunch of pictures, and for Shane helping to keep up with information too, whenever
And
Tim couldn't.
Did we cover Nathan and
yeah.
Tim Keefe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we'll see everybody next week.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
See you guys.